It's time to evolve some Draeneis with a matching outfit combo. Essentially, the game plan of this list is we're going to be using Planetary Navigator to discount our next Draenei by 2. Then we are going to be slamming down Cosmonaut, a card that shares part of its name with myself, in order to draw into matching outfits to essentially give us 2 8-cost minions on turn 4, which should allow us to be able to overwhelm our opponent really quickly. We also do have the stereotypical package of the Wave of Nostalgia as a backup plan. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck, the most important card to look for is going to be Planetary Navigator. Outside of this, any other early game minion is great to keep. Draw power cards such as Needle Rock Totem are also pretty strong. And then finally, and honestly, other types of draw power cards such as Trusty Companion are great to keep. Now, with all being said, let's expect some games. Okay, time for a game against Priest. Let's see what they have in store for us. I know the armor Starship list that I've been playing, or I have on the channel, has actually been getting an increase in popularity. We're going to keep skydiving here. I mean, this is a lot better than what we previously had. Cookie actually might have not been a bad card to keep, but getting Grofin instead is actually probably better on us later into the game.
Any problem?
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. We can just destroy the minion. I know we are an aggro deck, and I need to remember we are an aggro deck. I am so bad at remembering stuff like that. Okay. Oh. Orbital Halo. I've been hearing really good things about that card. There are a few priest lists that I really want to try out eventually, but I don't know when we're going to be getting to them. I know slamming down Cutter doesn't technically make too much sense. I'm just going to use Sigil here just to get the minions on board. We draw in. Oh, that could be fun. Okay, trading that in. But yeah, there's a few priest lists I want to try. I want to do something with Champion of Azeroth again. Champions of Azeroth, I should say. I think it's going to be a mage list. It could also be a druid list. I think, though, it'll probably be mage. I have an idea for druid that I want to try out, or a redo version of what I have for druid. I've been wanting to do something with Final Frontier, and I tried to do something with Final Frontier before, and it just didn't feel that good. But I think there might be a fun way to make like an infinite Final Frontier list and just basically guarantee ourselves Cthulhu, and then using like Deathwing as a way to destroy all of the minions on board and be able to OTK our opponent that way. But we'll see. We'll see if that actually comes into fruition. If it does, it'll probably be 2 videos from now instead of anytime soon. All right, let's transform this just to be safe. But yeah, I figured I'd give you a little bit of an idea of what my headspace is. The next list was supposed to be the Akama list. However, depending on how that testing goes, we might actually have that before this video. And if I do, let me know down below if I did this out of order. And the next list after that, I think, is going to be Discover Freeboard Hunter, just because I thought that would be a fun little neat idea instead of the stereotypical Discover list. But I don't know how that one's going to turn out. I haven't tested it yet. Hopefully it turns out decently well, since I think Discover Hunter is pretty decent overall. Okay, so they'll trade into our minions. That's not terrible for us. Okay, what do we want to do here? I kind of want to use Cutter. Wave of Nostalgia, that's actually kind of fun. I'd rather get the 50-50 chance of getting our minion. Oh, perfect! Cosmonaut is going to be Cosmonauting itself. Don't know where I was going with that. Okay, so this is a Rami Priest. I will say this, before Reno rotates out, I know he's been nerfed into Oblivion. I still want to do a new and improved version of the Reno OTK list using Raza and such, because I think that could be a real fun deck for us to try out. I don't know when we're going to get to it. It might be... So, before a rotation happens, I usually do something that I call a quote-unquote final chance list for like a month up to the new rotation, where we focus on cards that are going to be rotating soon. And last year, Blizzard actually buffed up a lot of those cards before they rotated, which is kind of cool. So who knows, maybe that'll work well. We also know we're getting individual hero cards for every single class, where different brackets of classes are going to be able to use a different hero card. I think there's going to be 3 hero cards in total, and who knows, maybe those hero cards, or at least the priest one, will do direct damage. I very much doubt it, so maybe the Reno version will be the better way to do it. We'll never know. We'll see how that all plays out in the long run. All right, so here I'm really kind of worried about Jerami, because Jerami does... if we had a way to bounce this back, that would be really cool. We're just going to slam down Golgarath. Also, speaking of cards that I want to, like, try to make, like, an OTK list with before they rotate, Golgarath is one of them. Because there should be a really easy, like, OTK with Ferrero and maybe, like... actually, I guess that wouldn't be an OTK. 3 times 7 at max would be 21 damage, right? But, like, at the same time, there's probably plenty of ways to get that work how we would want it to. Actually, it wouldn't be 3 times 7, it would be 3 times 6. So it would be 18. I don't know. There's a bunch of lists that I have in mind for, like, that last month. I'll probably try to get a little bit more goofy. Right now, we're just focusing on the newest cards, right? Essentially, I guess the game plan for the videos will probably be new cards or relatively new cards until we get the mini set. And then the first month of the mini set, we'll focus on the mini set cards. And then we'll, after that, focus on the cards that are rotating out soon. Okay, how do we want to do this? I kind of want to slam down Greedy Partner. I know it's not going to give us a coin, but we can do 20 damage to one of these and then Wave of Nostalgia and hopefully make our opponents waive the chances. Oh, that is an interesting card. I remember that was a little before I started making content. I remember trying to make that card work in a fully functional deck, and it just ended up not working that well, just because it doesn't have like rush or anything on the dragons, and I think that would have actually fixed the card, but it is what it is. I don't know. I like doing things with like the big dragons when I can. Which reminds me, I still have not done anything thematically wise with Malygos in Mage, even though I bought that skin. Like, there aren't many skins in Hearthstone that I instantly bought when I saw them. But with Malygos being one of my, like, favorite cards of all time, there was no chance I was not going to buy that card. Or Hero Portrait, given the chance, even if it was a higher cost one. I will say this, if you're watching this point of the video, thank you for the views and the commitment to watching my videos, because it does pay for things like me getting the Malygos skin. Usually, most of the money that I make from the channel itself goes straight back into the channel in some form or fashion. Whether that be pre-orders or maybe if I wanted a skin or something. And if I can save up enough, we'll eventually get to the point where we'll commission a model or something. Sorry for the side tangent, but I figured it was kind of in conversation of what we were talking about. So, a Hectic Tur into Eviscerate. Oh, 2 HP. Oh, that's funny. I don't know if that's going to matter. There is like a way that we could... well, do we want to do that? How much damage do we have on board? We have 6 times 3, which is 18, plus 4, which is 22. Okay, so we have lethal no matter what. The Hail Mary play would have been to transfer their minion and then hope it wasn't a taunt, but it's just GG. Okay, time for a game against Shaman. Let's see what they have in store for us. Matching Outfits is not something I want to keep in the opener. We'll probably keep one of the Neo Rocks, and that's it, just because I don't need 2 of them. Oh, that is a lot Okay, a little bit better, a little bit worse. On one hand, we don't have a turn 1 play. On the other hand, we do have a turn 2 play. Well, 2 turn 2 plays. We can either coin out Gorgonzola, which makes a lot more sense, but I think I probably will actually settle on using Needle Rock on the first turn, to be fair. Oh, maybe not. We could still slam down Needle Rock next turn. Okay, Hero Power into the 1 cost. Oh, Planetary is kind of funny. Gorgonzola is just going to be better here. The more I play this card, the more that I just really want to use its signature rare on a thumbnail, which means maybe expect a cheese druid list soon. We'll revisit that idea. It was an idea that we almost had on the channel once, but balancing changes went out, and I was like, well, I guess we just scrap this. And now I really want to revisit the idea, especially because, like, I think it would be really cool to try to get like an infinite cheese druid list working using like Fizzle and then maybe one of the bounce backs in druid to get like infinite ceaseless expanses plus the cheese when it's at like at 10 cost plus maybe Final Frontier. I don't know. That's a fun little idea that I've been working around in my head. We'll see if we end up doing it or not. You all will find out next week sometime, probably, I'd assume. But that seems like a little bit of a twist on a stereotypical druid list that I would actually easily do. I expected not to do that well, but it is what it is, because it is a little bit harder to market a deck that isn't adjacent to a deck that people are actually searching for, and I don't know how I would title such a one. At least with the decks that I've been putting out this week, they're for the most part like adjacent to like a existing deck that people would maybe Google. This is adjacent to like Wave of Nostalgia / Evolve Shaman, and Wednesday's video was basically Taunt Druid, but also a Taunt Druid, Taunt Warrior, but also a Warrior, / Draenei Warrior, you know. Anywho. Oh, okay, so there is no way we're going to actually be able to kill Insidious this turn, which means we probably will destroy both of their minions that isn't named Insidious. Actually, maybe just destroy one. They will probably trade into our minions, I'd assume. So we're just going to set up 6 minions. If they don't trade, they don't trade. We use Wave of Nostalgia no matter what next turn. There's very few cases where Wave of Nostalgia doesn't get used. Okay, so they're Asteroid, which is a little bit of a problem, but again, that's not too big of an issue. They're actually trading into our minions. That actually helps us so much. That's good. Okay, so we get 6 from skydiving. We'll also probably like actually charge into our opponent's face first. There is a case where we like actually destroy those 2 minions, but no, this is just gonna be the safer play. Come on, something good. Oh, well, that's interesting. If we had one more spot, this would be even better, because we could shove down Giant Fin and then just like rush into one of their minions. But sadly, that isn't going to be the case. We can evolve one of these into a bigger frog, though. Why? Might as well, right? Affinity. Perfect combo between Lothomar and I don't even remember what this second to the left is. Oh, yeah, Ace Hunter. It's been a while since I've seen that card, to be fair. Also was one of those cards that I really wanted to cover before he rotated out of Standard, and then I just forgot. So I ran out of time. Man, that was a while back. Oh, that could be bad if they draw into another one. Oh, they don't have any more mana. Okay. We should be fine. Another matching outfit, which is kind of funny. It's not necessary, but it is kind of funny. We can slam down Ziliax and then go face, and that should almost perfect game. GG. Okay, time for a game of Mage. Oh, I will also say this is something. Seeing Gorgonzola in the starting hand is cool and all, but I really do want to make a Gorgonzola focus list. It's something that I didn't get to do in Perils of Paradise, which kind of sucks because I got close to almost doing it a few times. Actually, one time I did almost do it, and then, you know, Blizzard released a bunch of balancing changes, and we basically scrapped that video completely. So maybe expect a Gorgonzola like Druid list. I don't know. We'll see how that all plays out. I have a few ideas for Druid. I just want to be a little bit more unique with Druid. And Druid and Paladin are the two classes right now that I'm really struggling with getting ideas out for. It is what it is. We'll see how it all plays out in the long run. Also, worth noting, we are playing against Elemental Mage, but we don't have to worry about the insane damage output from Lamplighter anymore, which is great. Oh, Navigator is kind of funny because we can slam down Navigate. Oh, well, never mind. We cannot slam down Navigator next turn. We'll use Thrall's Gift into the Lightning Storm. That's just the best play that we can do. We could like keep it up, but I don't expect that to be a good idea. At least we can clear out the board. Okay, there's Archivist. This is also in our mage list that I eventually want to do. Actually, we probably won't do it. The more I think about it, there's a very high likelihood we'll probably never touch it. All right, let's see what our luck here is. Not that good. I just wanted bodies on board for a wave, just in case. Oh, please tell me they're not going to be able to clear out most things. Okay, so Wave of Nostalgia we can't use this turn. But we can AoE the board, which is pretty good. Okay. If they don't spam out too many minions, we will still do the Wave of Nostalgia plays. But if they spam out too many, we'll just use Cosmonaut next turn. Actually, we could still just do Cosmonaut. I think that actually is just going to be the better play in the long run. Yeah, I don't know. The namesake of the deck is Cosmonaut, so we might as well do stuff with Cosmonaut. Am I wrong, right? Come on, give us 8 That actually isn't bad. Not the best minion, but it ain't the worst 8 costs. Why? Why did it get the... okay, game. Why do you do this? Why do you do this to me? I don't want to give them 2 8/8s for free. Okay, maybe that could have been a lot better than what I would have expected. Okay. I guess we're just spamming out as many minions as humanly possible. Oh! That might be useful. Come on, Cookie, do your thing. Give us some type of rush minion. Come on, just any type of rush minion. I don't really care what it... How? Hopefully they don't have the Solar Flare, I think is the name of the card. Blazing Acceleration. Blazing Acceleration number 2. Okay. We should be fine. This should be game, right? We use Thrall's Gift. And we just charge straight into our face with a lust that they cannot fulfill. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, I played 20 games with this deck and ended up with a 50% win rate, which actually doesn't shock me too much. Honestly, Evolve or Nostalgia Shaman is one of the better decks currently in the metagame. However, with the Draenei twist, it does add an additional element that not a lot of classes are going to be able to counter easily with Cosmonaut. And honestly, if I was better at playing aggro lists, I think I would have done a lot better than just a 50% win rate. But overall, if you're looking for something a little bit fun and a little bit goofy, this is going to be one of the better ones. It isn't too far off of the stereotypical list of a Nostalgia Shaman list. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.